Hello, guys, and welcome to Chelsea 0, Southampton 1 match review. To be honest, I don't know what to say. I didn't really watch the match because fucking streams are ridiculous and couldn't get onto anything. So I think I watched about 10% of the game. But I think that was probably a blessing in disguise from what I've heard from everyone else. But I'll let the panel do most of the talking today. Sindra, first of all, welcome you. How are you doing? Sindra, you're mute. Oh, no, still on mute. Well, we'll come back to Sindra. Wayne, how are you and how are you feeling?
Well, put it this way. This morning started off well, as we will get into, and then Chelsea played. The lineup weren't the best lineup. I think we'll agree on that. And substitutions was a bit why sometimes I was looking at the halftime one. Certain players, Mount failed massively again. Aspie, I hope he gets better. Obviously, it was a very poor injury, and hopefully it's not too serious. But he didn't have a great game either. It was just so lackluster. It's not Chelsea, and it was just so. It weren't us, and it was really poor, really upsetting. There's nothing that I could say because it's just not. There's nothing there. It was literally no. The only thing I could say was complimentary. Was Sterling did all right when he came on, and Fofana when he came on in that back, he looked solid with Bastille, but it's just there's no positive to say. There's nothing really good to say. Unfortunately, it was just a poor performance.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. There is no excuses for losing to Southampton. And it's not like it's been like the last couple of games where we've had something to take from the game. I think from the little bits that I've listened and watched, there's nothing you can take from this game. I'm going to let Carlito have a nice little 5-minute rant while I get the tags in and get everything sorted for the looking at the website. But Carlito, let rip.
So the people in this channel, Wayne, Sindra, everybody, you're all nice. You're nice people. You're good guys. You're nice. I have another side. I have another side to me. A mean streak. I do. I will admit it. There is something in me psychologically that has the capacity to be mean. But it also is what made me a very good coach. A very good coach. It's not me being hyperbolic. I fucking mean it. Graham Potter does not have the capability of being mean. He does not have the capability of showing a force of personality, of showing a fiery will, a true almost anger when things aren't going your way, where you have to inspire by virtue of just this innate, soulful, just explosivity, this volcanic nature, and he doesn't have it. He does not have it. It is not in him. He does not have fire. I don't think he's capable of it, and that's okay. He's a nice guy. Chelsea does not require nice. Chelsea requires mean. You have to be mean.
Cool.
You have to be mean to coach this club because the city that it represents is too important. It's on par with New York. These are two of the most important cities in the world. We're talking about the cultural mecca hubs of fashion and sports and finance and culture. New York and London. These are two mean cities, and they're mean cities because they fucking earned their arrogance. They earned their status as cities that deserve respect and they deserve to be honored. And in that honor, you have to fucking show up and be prepared to be mean if you are going to fucking prepare yourself to be the coach of the Pride of London. Because it is pride. This is a prideful city. As it should be. As it should be. It goddamn invented fashion. Potter does not have the force of personality, the joie de vivre, to be the manager of this club. He does not have the fire, and to put a bow on this, he is not mean enough. He is not mean enough. You cannot coach this club if you are not mean enough. He doesn't have it. He's gone. He's done. He's done today.
Do you think he will go? Because it's all right us talking about this, but do you think?
No, he's done. He's done today. He's done. He started as Pete. He's a fool. He's a fool. He's done. He doesn't have it. He wants everything to be harmonious. He thinks that everything can be fucking solved with a yoga session. Well, I'm sorry. This is football. And if you didn't notice, everybody hates Chelsea. We will get the best of every single team that we face from now until eternity because we are London, because we are rich, because we are arrogant. That is how it goes. But in return, we should be prepared to give everybody their best, and we are not prepared to do that because we are not arrogant enough and we are not mean enough. And that starts with the manager because he sets the emotional tone when he speaks with the team before the game. He doesn't have it. And I'm sorry, but he gets paid $12 million a year. You give me $50,000 and I will coach this team, and I will coach it better than him.
I'd like to take you up on that bet because I'd like just to see some better Chelsea because it's ridiculous.
Better? Are you kidding me? I would break my foot off in Mason Mount's ass. And that would be the first fucking thing that I say to this team is that take my broken foot off, Mason, that you are curdling up in your ass, and get the fuck out of my locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more than one player, but
have I made my point clear though, Matt? You have to be mean. You have to be mean to coach this team. Okay, well, good. I'm glad I made my point.
I think you have made your point very clear. Alfred, you are out of all of us probably the most positive in terms of in a negative situation you can find the positive. Is there anything you can take for this, or has this finally broke you as well?
This has broken me.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no excuse. I'm sorry to, all the other fans out there that maybe can find some positives and wants to try and be positive in some way. Everyone knows that I'm the same a lot of the time where I try and be as positive as possible. But bottom of the league, Southampton, come to Stamford Bridge and win. They win. We couldn't even get a fucking draw. Not only that, we couldn't even score one fucking goal. Now, we were unlucky in some cases, yes, but stiff shit. The time has passed to stop saying that stuff now. It's been too many games. We just got to take these. We just got to take these fucking chances. It's ridiculous now. I honestly don't know where we go from here. What Graham Potter can do. All I can say is Carlito was absolutely spot on with everything he said. My best friend, who is also a Chelsea supporter, said the exact same thing to me, but actually said it way sooner. He said to me, Alfred, this is not the guy. This is not the guy. And I said, but how do you know, man? He's only been here for a few games. This is when he pretty much just came to Chelsea just about. I said, yeah, he's only been here for a few games, man. How can you be saying that already? And he goes, I just know. Because Chelsea needs a coach like Mourinho, like Conte,
Too cool.
with serious testicles that's going to grab these players by their fucking throats and say, listen, if you don't do better, I'm going to beat the piss out of all of you. Right? Graham Potter, I don't know what he does. I don't know what he says to these players, but he's just not getting anything out of them. I'm extremely disappointed because I thought after that Dortmund game, which was actually, for me, a very, very good performance, and likewise with a couple of games before that, I started seeing what to me was like looked like progression. You know, every game we started looking better and better. I thought, and I thought it was just a matter of time before this team is going to start banging in goals like crazy. And now here we are today, just back to pretty much the same old shit that we've been seeing, just not creating chances, not doing enough. Yeah, I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't.
Yeah, Wayne, when I saw that they were losing possession within the first 5 minutes of the game, the first thing that I thought to myself is what I would have done, and I would have immediately snapped them into it. I would have immediately screamed at them and said, get the fucking ball, keep the ball, keep the ball. And I would have just demanded it immediately, and I would have yelled at the best player on the field. I would have yelled at Enzo. All right. I would have yelled at Kovacic, and I said, keep the ball. Establish possession because we are completely out of rhythm. Southampton took every single opportunity that they could to either foul us or make sure the ball goes out of bounds because there wasn't actually a lot of play in this game. That was intentional. The manager with his great haircut and his nice jacket, he told them to disrupt our rhythm as much as they possibly could. He told us to disrupt Chelsea's rhythm. Disrupt Chelsea's rhythm. Make sure the ball goes out of bounds. Make sure that there's fouls. Make sure that there's a bunch of throw-ins and goal kicks and all that shit in between. They didn't want us to establish a rhythm because when we establish a rhythm, we're a good team. When we are destabilized, we get flustered because we do not have emotional intelligence, despite the fact that our manager boasts that he does.
It's old school football. They played old school football today against us.
It was a psychological warfare. Absolutely.
And the thing is, some of the players just looked at it and thought, we ain't up for it. And some of them, like Mount, just decided to bend over and say, how hard you want to bend me. And that's what the was. It was just a very disgusting, poor performance by all the Chelsea players who wear that badge, who decide to put that badge on. And I tell you now, there's two players who's on that sideline who does give a shit, and he decided to rest them. And they're the only two players I can think of on the top of my head that give a shit about this club and who wears that badge proudly, and that's James and Silva. Other than that, there's not one player in there who wear that badge proudly today. None.
Oh, not Mason Mount?
No, he just bend over for them and say, "Can you hit me hard?"
Yeah, but he wants to be a week, right? Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we all good.
Yeah, nice.
I'll let you let Rip
go ahead, Sindra.
Yeah, actually a little bit lost for word. Like Alfred said, we lost the bottom half in Southampton, and not only is that bad, Southampton did a double on us this season.
Yeah,
we lost to them twice this season. But I wouldn't say they're the worst team in the league, like with the team wise, but on form wise and with the results wise, they are. But they've still won more games than us in the last 10 games. They've still won more games than us. And I agree with what all you say about how none of this, like one player I actually thought was good in the first half, who actually fought for and tried to win the ball every time he lost it, was Fofana. Why he was drifting out to play on the left and Mount and Felix was in the middle, I don't get. But in my opinion, Mount should never have touched the grass in the second half. Fofana did, in my opinion, so much more than Mount did, and then have swapped Mount out with Mudryk even though Modric didn't do that well in the second half. But at least someone who could play on that left side. Let Fofana play in the middle, so we could actually have a striker up front, because we didn't have a striker, in my opinion, in that first half, because Fofana was playing on the left side. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Before we move on to other things, big up to Rohan Mara for the $2 super chat. Wesley was fighting for the badge.
Yep.
I would say our second half centre back pairing was actually decent in Wesley and Badashile. They were actually doing their job.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so much they're fighting for the badge from what I saw. It's just they didn't play terrible.
Yeah.
I actually think Wesley Fofana is a very good player.
Yeah, Wesley, like to be his first minutes since October, it is an impressive way to start his performance-wise. He
cares. You could tell he cares.
Yeah,
he wants to be good. He wants to be good.
He wasn't joking about, but I want to talk about one certain player. And I know Carlito doesn't like him, and I know who you are. I think I'm talking about now. Of course, it's really sad to see him being carried off the field on a pitch on a stretcher because he got a foot in the head. I hope he gets a speedy recovery and gets well soon. But of course, Armstrong was going on a really good run there in the middle. But to do a tackle like that, when you know they probably arguably have the best free kick taker, I would say, apart from Messi in the world at the moment, is it around 20 meters or something like that? To tackle him like that, I give away a cheap free kick like that costs us the game. Like, you are 33-year-old, are probably our most experienced player on the field when Silva isn't playing, and you make a silly decision like that costs us the game.
Sindre, the only excuse for him to be on the field, which is not an excuse for me, it's not acceptable, but what Graham Potter would say, experience. Experience would tell you to not foul within 30 yards of the goal against Southampton because of their free kick taker, basically the modern day Juninho. So the only reason that he was on the field, again, I don't agree with it because it's a stupid excuse, is experience. Where's the experience in that?
Yeah, and
Sindra, my point is that is an intellectual fallacy.
Yeah,
to say that Aspie actually does have the type of intelligence and experience. He doesn't. He does that shit all the time.
Yeah.
How much more evidence do you need?
Yeah,
I
know.
That he does this all the time. This is nothing new.
I know, Carlito. I know. Like, to quote, probably arguably one the best centre back in the game, in Maldini, because I can't remember the quote, but he has said that if you go for the tackle, you already lost the battle, or something. He said something like that.
You have to go for space. You cannot go for just a tackle because the guy with the ball will win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he already dived in the first place anyway and committed himself and messed him up there. And it's just ridiculous.
Players. Matt, I have cut 15-year-olds for stabbing at the ball. I'm not even joking. I have kicked players off the team for stabbing at the ball because it is that elementary. It is that simple, and that is that easy to avoid. Just stick in front of him, man. Defending is not that hard.
Yeah,
Stay in front of the guy. Don't bite. Don't bite. Don't bite the take because he wants you to bite the cut. He wants you to bite. If you just let it ride like a boxer rolling with the punches, if you just let it ride, and if you stay in front of the person, he won't go anywhere. What are you doing? Experience my ass.
And we had three players in front of him. Like, why do it? That's why. That's my point. Like,
no, it's Sindra. It's arrogance. He wanted to go for the big ball-winning tackle. It's just arrogance, man.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, we've got 103 people in this stream right now, and we only have 34 likes. So, guys, make sure you smash the like button. Get us to over 100 likes. Eventually, I want to get us to 150 because I know more of you will tune in. But we are going to launch something positive in this chat, because we're not going to be completely negative. It's going to be nothing to do with the game, because there is nothing
Screw the game.
positive to talk about this.
Fuck
But
the
we did have some very exciting news, as per thanks to Carlito and some guys in the background, Paul and obviously Sadiq and myself as well. We have launched ourselves the new WorldWideChels website, along with, you've been waiting for it a long time, guys. But we have also got some merch for you guys. So I'm going to share the screen right now just to show you how beautiful this website is.
Attaboy,
The
man.
website
Hey,
looks clean, by the way, so well done on that.
Thank you, Sidra. I appreciate that.
You can see straight away, it's a lovely logo, absolutely fantastic. And as you said, as it says in the name Worldwide, we are all one. We are fans worldwide. Obviously, this is part of the merch that we've got. You can scroll
why he
down
jumped
and
on
see the tweets, and then you scroll down further, and you've got all the videos from the channel that you can click on the website and watch. They will all be uploaded from here once they have been made, and you can find all the information here. We will also have our website, our blog up. Articles will return in the near future. We have got a team together, and we have got a super team. This is not just any people. This is the Avengers of Chelsea. We have the best team in the world in terms of articles, and we will get you.
Imagine my mean words on paper.
Yeah, imagine reading Carlito's mean words every day when you wake
I
up.
can't
in the
wait.
morning.
I can't wait for that, honestly.
And this is what we've all been waiting for, the merch store. So we have Reece James t-shirts, socks, Thiago Silva socks, t-shirts, hoodies. We'll go down. We'll I don't think this is going to be a good buy.
Oh no,
anymore.
Matt! By the way, we've made a Potter Out T-shirt too. I know you didn't want it, but we made one anyway.
I won't buy it, but there you go. You have got Mudryk t-shirts. Talent ain't enough. We got hats as well. King Rands and Emzo. This is what I love. This Team Bowley LA to London shirt, hat, and then of course WorldWideChels. We hate Tottenham. If
Hell
I
yeah.
click onto it, you've got all different colours that you can choose from: white, pink, blue, black, white, beige, khaki, whatever you want. All range of colours, all good materials, good price, quality products. And what is the best about this is it's all completely unique. No one is selling this merch apart from us. So make sure that you go and buy as much merch as you want. I
want to say one thing about that. There's no lightning bolts with Reece James' avatar. This is boom and pow, like we're watching an MMA fight. Yeah, we're not an MMA team. Sorry, guys. We're going to do something unique and fun.
Could I ask everyone in the panel what their favorite clothing part of the
Mudryk hoodie, the white one. It's awesome.
Oh, the talent ain't enough. I love. I mean, that quote is fantastic, and that is proof in this team. Talent isn't enough, guys, because you ain't got the fucking mineral. Well, there is no minerals in this team. There is no fucking minerals.
No
vitamins.
There's
No vitamins. There's no minerals. There's fucking nothing.
I have to ask you this question. Where do we go from here, Matt? And I look, I'm asking this to Wayne, to Sandra, to Matt. If you have an answer, put it in the in the messaging in the chat. Where do we go from here? Because Matt and I was dying to be Potter in. I've been Potter in this whole fucking time, right? Again, I don't want to be hasty. I don't want to be a 15-year-old Chelsea Twitter fan. Sorry for the burp. I want to be measured. I want to be an adult about this. But when you, as a manager, can't feel that your butt cheeks are on fire from that seat, when you can't express to your team that you are in trouble and you need them to be more passionate, Matt, I don't know what to say. I can't turn off my passion. The people in my life wish I would. I can't. And for him, he's allergic to it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I just can't say Potter out. that might be quite weak for me to say that. I'm at that point where if he goes, it's not going to bother me.
By the
But-
way, if we hire Luis Enrique, this is the same guy that in the World Cup said, "I'm fine with you sleeping with women, but don't make it orgies." He said that publicly. This is the same guy. Luis Enrique is not only hilarious, he's got brass balls. He's mean. He's a motherfucker.
He shouts at
You
the
hire-
players.
Oh my God, he shouts. He reminds me of myself. Oh my God, I look at him and I say he's tanner than I am, but outside of that, same person. You have
Think
to
triple
hire
back.
this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I
this is kind of
personally
what
don't rate Luis Enrique at all.
I will.
But and I keep hearing the word Pochettino mentioned. No,
No.
please, no.
I don't.
no,
I don't think he will want to join Chelsea because I think he already has a pretty good, or at least a stable relationship with Tottenham supporters. And if it joins Chelsea, he would ruin it.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, I
but-
don't want to see. I don't want to see a Pochettino's. I don't really want to see Luis Enrique come in.
The only
if we're going to
the
get rid
only
of
way
Potter, we need to get a proper manager in.
the only way I
problem is,
want to
don't
say
think anyone trusts us to do a process, because if we're sacking managers after 5 months, whether they've been good or bad or not, it doesn't look good.
yeah, like what I was going to say also, the only way I want Pochettino, if he actually can manage to win us a trophy, because we can then rub it in Tottenham fans' face and say, we got your manager that you had for like 7 years, and he won a trophy with us. He could never do it with your team. That's the only way. That's the only reason or way I would like Pochettino, but he would probably bottle it with like the way he bottled the league on with PSG.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't do Pochettino at all.
Interesting
Fair
triple
enough.
back.
I accept that as well, but
Tuchel's not going to come back, so I don't.
Too much
No,
pride.
because-
I
Too
don't want to
much
answer
pride.
that.
Too much
I
pride.
I don't think they're going to hire Tuchel because they
I
already.
in my opinion, I just don't
this.
see who can come in, because
I have a
everyone keeps
saying
talking about
to that.
Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick is not leaving Germany until at least after the next.
Why would he? Why would he?
He's not
After
gonna leave
probably
until
after
March. He's
Euros.
not going to leave until the next Euros, at least. If Germany fell in the Euros, he might go after that. He's not leaving before.
If
So
it
he's out of
fails
the
to
question.
qualify, I think he
Is,
will leave.
people keep talking about Zidane. Is Zidane going to want to come to Chelsea Football Club right now? Absolutely not.
He doesn't
Absolutely.
speak English, Matt. That
Yeah,
matters.
Again, he doesn't speak English. Not helpful. People keep talking about Mourinho, Conte. Absolutely not.
Conte never again.
Absolutely not. Conte would never come back to Chelsea anyway because of what happened,
No
even
way.
if it is a new set of board. a
Matt,
new
he
set of
sued
members.
us. He sued us.
Yeah,
It's not
you
coming
can't.
back.
Yeah, you can't bring him back. And then Mourinho, I don't want the romanticism. That's what happened when we brought Lampard in, and look how that turned out. So no,
Like, would you guys take if Carlo still want to come or still wants to manage? Will you take it because he's talking about maybe quitting because he's getting old? But would you guys take Carlo Ancelotti back?
So it's interesting you say that. He is
Yep.
tipped to be Brazil's manager.
Yeah, and he's struggling at the moment with Real Madrid.
No, what I'm saying is that I think he is going to be Brazil's manager.
Fair enough. Yeah, but
yeah, I think when you get to that age, when you get older, you do want to take on a international job because it is a lot easier and you have a lot more time with your family. So I don't think Carlo will be. I think once he goes from Real Madrid, I think that's his last job.
yeah, I would probably love to have him back because he did a good job in the only season he was the Chelsea manager, broke a lot of records, and he probably should have gotten to a Champions League final.
To this guy that's
when-
making
when-
this
when I
point.
see
Hey,
comments-
Josh. Hey, Josh. I see you. I see that snarky sarcasm, bud. You know I see it.
I would not take Bielsa. Bielsa plays
Yeah,
suicide football.
When I see these comments of Bielsa, it makes me think, well, maybe Potter is a good idea to stay. But this is what I mean. Even though I don't think Potter may be good enough, I do not see the replacement.
Like there are some good managers that are probably better than him in the market, but like you're saying, Matt, if we sack him after 5 months, and we paid like 20 million to to get him out of the Brighton job, and then we have to pay him like how much is the compensation to sack him? A lot. Like, and then I would say it's only Luis Enrique that I would think is the biggest manager that's out there at the moment. It's the same thing when we said like half a year or 1 year ago, like if we sack Tuchel, who are we going to replace him with? Because we've probably had one of the best managers in the world at the moment. Of course, he did. Of course, he knocked some heads with the board of, and that's probably why he got fired. But who are we going to replace Potter with? Of course, Potter was a downgrade from Tuchel, but
Maddie, you got to read this one. This is funny.
Well, I'll go through. So we've got a few super chats that I've missed.
I love the fork. Alfred? Is that an Aussie thing to say fork?
Yeah, I'll save the best one for the end. But Saranath, big up to you for the $5 super chat. Absolute shambles. We need a miracle to turn the season around. We should see some progress or kiss Potter goodbye at the end of the season. So I assume that means you still want him in. That's interesting. I think that's the first in the comments I've seen that. And then, sure enough, another $2 super chat. A moment for Atsu and all the victims of Turkey. Of course, it is devastating to hear that news this morning of Christian Atsu.
Did we have a moment of silence at the stadium?
I think we did a moment of a minute of applause.
Okay, because I didn't watch it like the first 20 minutes of the game. So
Too young, man. Too young.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Atsu and 45,000 people that have now been confirmed dead, and that toll is still going to rise over the next few weeks.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
All the victims.
Jesus.
Rest in peace.
That many?
It was a scale 9 earthquake. It was and I think it was every aftershock was about 6 or 7 on the scale, so it was pretty.
Yeah, I think the lowest earthquake was a 7.1 on the Richter scale.
Yeah, and that's a massive one.
I mean, that, you're talking about like streets having a water type wave going through them, like that type of devastation. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
So big up to all the people that are trying to helping out, rescue as many people as possible. There have been lots of people that have been rescued as well, which is fantastic to see. But rest in peace to all the victims of Turkey and Syria as well, because it did affect Syria. I think a lot of people talk about Turkey, but not so much about Syria. A country that's already been war torn enough as it is, and then to get this on top, absolutely horrible. So rest in peace to all the victims. And then finally, from Umar Gabadamosi, sorry for absolutely butchering your name, but
fork the process.
Big up for the $5 super chat. Fork the process. Spoon, knife, and fork the process. It's all about the result. Potter out on my mama's life.
Oh my god!
Bring Tuchel back ASAP, or hire a half-school coach at this point.
Hey, Alfred, you know who used to say fork a lot was concierge, CFC concierge of crime. The guy that had the avatar of Raymond Reddington from the NBC crime show. He used to say fork all the time. Is that an Aussie thing?
Okay, no, I cannot say that it is. At least not in my part of the country. I haven't heard it. So, yeah.
Oh, what a day.
Yeah.
I'm sad, Matt. I'm sad.
I think everyone's sad. Everyone is down. I do not want to watch a single YouTuber do any content.
Oh my god, Eunice is just.
Eunice is just going to be rubbing his hand. I don't even want to.
Johnny, I would love to see Johnny defend Mount today.
Yeah, Mount did nothing in this game.
Johnny's not going to talk about Mount. Johnny's just going to deflate it to Potter.
Oh, minerals, Buff, and
Potter
and Bowley. It's all Bowley's. I mean, Jesus God.
It's all Bowley's fault because he's American. He's American. We can't trust an American.
Oh my God.
Liverpool are 1-0 up, so that's not an ideal thing. Come on, Newcastle.
Sindra, honest opinion. So now again, and Alfred, please forgive me, because I am 34. I am an adult. And I've done this. I've Coach, I know what this is like. I'm Potter out, Alfred. I'm answering the question. I'm Potter out. I hate saying it. I hate being that guy. But he started Asby. He started Asby, and because of that, I'm Potter out.
I think it literally is that he started as
He started Asby. I'm Potter out. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah,
I mean, I replied early.
It was a bridge too far,
Carly,
Alfred. It was a bridge too far. I ran out of gas. Bridge too far.
I replied to Carlito early in the game before it was 1-0 and just said, "You have the backbone of an invertebrate," but
I do.
can't,
You're
I
talking to
can't.
me. Oh, you dickhead.
I can't. But yeah, I mean, tell your honest opinion, Potter in, Potter out. I am on the highest fence in the world.
You
right
are
now.
SAWFT soft.
I am on top. I am on top of Trump's Mexico USA fucking wall right now, hiding away from this question.
I mean, some of it isn't even built.
I can say I am hanging off the edge of a cliff at this point, whether or not I'm Potter in or Potter out. If we lose to Dortmund, I'm holding on with a fingertip. That's what I'm gonna say. If we keep not getting the results that we need to turn this season around, at least getting top 8, top 6, I think if he gets the results, we should measure him. We should give him a little bit more chance if he starts to turn it around. But if not, he should, in my opinion, he should be gone at the end of the season. If he doesn't, if he finish at like under 10th place, he should be he should be gone.
Listen,
Like,
that's what I've been saying as well.
Like I liked the idea from the owners that the manager should be judged by years and not results, or at least they should be judged a little bit by results, because if you go half a season and you only get like 10 points, that's not good enough for half a season.
Josh, killing me. Alfred, give me your verdict, man. Am I guilty or am I not guilty? What's going on here?
No, man, I agree with everything that you've said. But I said the same thing a few times as well. With like Sindre just said, if you finish low enough, and at the moment, it's looking like, I'm not saying this will happen, but at the moment, it looks like we could finish just above relegation. If we keep getting these kind of results, it's a very real possibility. I hate to say it, and it's a disgusting thought, but it actually is possible. I think we have too much quality, and I'll be extremely shocked if it happens. But on current form, it is possible, and there's absolutely no excusing that. There's no excuse on the face of the earth for that. So, yeah, Potter would definitely have to go. It's just I don't know what the hell to say anymore. It's just not working for some reason. The quality is there. Even when we've seen some decent performances, we just can't get the job done. But it's things like starting Aspi and leaving out Aubameyang from the Champions League, as far as I'm concerned, and just things like that. These kinds of decisions can come and bite you in the ass big time. Where was Aubameyang today, by the way?
Not even on the bench.
Not even on the bench. I'm sorry. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I don't understand his choices, Alfred. It's like I'm looking at the human being, right, Graham, and I'm thinking, I don't understand your choices. Like Mount on the wing, like, dude, if you're gonna play Mount, play him in a 4-3-3 right next to João Felix as 2 attacking mids with a holding mid, if anything, and that is too much because I don't want to see him play. But on the wing, he is slow. Let's talk about athleticism. Mount is slow. He's not a wing. Madueke, fast, good wing, great feet, can beat people. Mount, slow, not great feet, doesn't have moves, can't beat people. I don't understand his choices. and just ostracizing Aubameyang without any resale value. He's got a year and a half left on his contract with us. If you were going to sell him in January. Otherwise, you kept him, and you're not even putting him on the bench. I don't understand his choices, Matthew. Alfred, I don't understand his choices. They're confounding me, and I've seen everything. I've been around, man. I've seen, and I've made a billion mistakes in my life. A billion. But I don't, so I've learned, but I don't understand his choices. I'm not being hyperbolic. I don't understand his choices.
Today, I looked at that and went, no, I don't. Aspi didn't understand. You used Chalobah before at right back,
Yeah,
and it worked. It worked. It wasn't the perfect option, but it worked as just a solid option. There is no reason why Aspi would do better than Chalobah in that position right now. Mount, I don't get. I understand potentially putting Mudryk on the bench because he hasn't played well, and it might be more of a still a match fitness thing. He just isn't ready to play full 90, play 60, whatever. If that is something that's there, fine. But to put Mount on when you have Sterling on the bench, no clue. It's like you dropped Havertz, and I was like, thank you for dropping Havertz for David Fana. I honestly didn't think that was going to happen. And when I saw that, I was like, hallelujah, thank you. But then you ruined it by putting Mount back in. It's just like, I don't know what he's thinking. And even Kovacic absolutely stunk.
he stunk.
And I've said this since October. Kovacic does not want to be at this football club. And for me, he doesn't play for the rest of the season. You play Zakaria because he's played decent at a decent level. And this is gonna piss off a lot of people. You play Ruben Loftus-Cheek because Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the last 2 games has played quite well, and you must look at that and go, well, why is Kovacic playing when he absolutely stinks the place out? And quite clearly doesn't want to be it. I don't care what KJ is going to say. KJ is going to have a moan, but Kovacic has been absolutely useless. I don't know what he I don't know what he brings, what he's brought to the table this season. Not even just this game, this season. He's done nothing. Finito.
Yeah, I really liked Ruben the last 2 games. Josh is big facetious. He loves Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I liked Ruben the last 2 games. I'm not gonna lie, Matt. I thought him and Enzo had a little tit for tat there, right?
I think he's been good. I don't think it's the perfect option to have with Enzo.
Yeah, but he also showed restraint. He also didn't lose the ball.
Yeah, he does enough. He's just a comfortable partner.
He was
Enzo.
good. No, but he was objectively good, and that's frustrating. That you're basically telling him you're punishing him by not playing him today.
I mean, I understand if you went and put Zakaria in, I could probably understand because I think Zakaria would probably would have probably done a fairly decent job next to Enzo, and I could fully understand that. But Kovacic has played he's just been awful all season, and I gave him in the first 3-4 months. I gave him the excuse of I think he's carrying an injury. I think he wants to play for the World Cup.
He is injured.
No, but if you're injured, just fucking go off and have a surgery, mate. I
Numbers, they need him. He's getting paid. It's his job.
No, I don't care if you're getting paid.
I care.
I would rather him go and get surgery and get fixed than just put in them limp performances because you don't deserve to get paid for them performances. I'd rather you not be on the pitch. Just go take the fucking surgery and then fuck off in the summer. That is my opinion. Go. Don't come back.
Yeah. I don't agree, but respectfully, I'm not going to say my favorite player has been good. He's been bad, so I'm objective that way.
Well, no, this is someone that I've said before. I do think Kovacic is a good player, but I think he's done at Chelsea. He doesn't want to be at the club, and if you don't want to be at the club, you're gone. Simple as. I don't care who you are. as I always say, no player is bigger than the club. Some other fans don't understand that point and worship players to the grave, but I don't. If any player feels like they don't want to be at the club, there's the door. Close it on the way out. That's it. Simple as. And Kovacic has frequently all season showed that he's not committed to this football club.
All right, fellas. Hey, I got to head out. Check out the merch because we worked our asses off on it, and it's pretty fucking rad. So take a look-see. And I'll just leave you with this. Again, I meant it about the mean comment. You do have to be mean to be a coach. This is not U9, and you're not teaching them how to play football. You're not trying to get them a college scholarship. You're not trying to get them to the MLS. They're already there. They don't need you to tell them how to play football. They need you to tell them how to be men. And he doesn't know how to do that because he's too fucking busy trying to massage their egos instead of demanding from their egos. And it's a fucking shame. So, yeah.
Carlito, just before you go,
Yeah.
I wanted to give my own gratitude to you and everybody involved with the fucking amazing merch and website that we have got. I was so incredibly, overwhelmingly impressed the first time when I opened that website. I absolutely loved it. As I looked through that merch, I was filled with extreme joy, so much so that I bought that amazing Thiago Silva and Reese hoodie in blue straight away. Absolutely love it. And I will get myself a charcoal variant as well. Just massive thank you so much, man, for all your effort and everybody that you have involved with it. Absolutely great stuff. And I absolutely cannot wait to see what else we can do.
Well, I believe in Matt. I believe in Sadiq, even though Sadiq's a fraud for not coming on. And I believe in the team. I love you, Alfred. You know that. I love the guys. Everybody's great. It's such a joy. You know, I feel so much overwhelming joy to be a part of WorldWideChels. It gets heated, it gets passionate, but you guys care. You care. And if you care, it's more than enough for me, man. So, all right, fellas, I'm out for today. But cheers, and Potter, unfortunately, regrettably, begrudgingly, out. He's got to go. See ya.
See ya, man.
Big up to Carlito. I just want to call out this comment very quickly. Oh, I'm going to change the screen. There you go. I'm just going to call out this comment. I'm not being funny. I think we've called out Mason Mount enough times.
What the fuck?
In the last few, in the last few weeks, let alone now. I mean, go back to the start of the stream, Rego, because obviously you weren't here at the start of the stream. I will call out every single player on that pit. Well, near enough every single player. I will never call out Thiago Silva because Thiago Silva is a model professional. So you will never see me cuss Thiago Silva. Ever. Ever. But I will, if you want, Rego, I will spend the next 10 minutes calling out every single player in that starting lineup. If you want me to. I don't really want to because I think I'll fucking get an aneurysm or something and pass out right here, right now. So I don't want to do that. But if you really want me to do that, I will. Talking about Mace is like beating a dead horse. Yeah, we've said it. We've said enough about Mace. We know. What can I say?
I had a good laugh at the last comment, man. all we've been doing all season for at least a quarter of all of our streams is talking about how bad Mount is and how much so many people want him gone, and all the stuff that Minerals Johnny says about him and all that stuff. Oh, believe me, we've talked about Mason Mount plenty.
Alfred, Liverpool 2-0 up. Are we in huge trouble now?
Who are they even playing? I don't even know who they're
Newcastle.
playing. Newcastle. Wow. Well, that sucks. That's if there was one thing that we could say positive about this season was that Liverpool have been below us here every now and then. Now it looks like they're going to be back above us, and I think they have another game in hand on us too. I think as well, don't they? Weren't there 2 games in hand before this one? I believe.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, look, it's not looking good. Top 4, the hopes for top 4 were already, even before today, at a very, very risky, very, very low level, and now, especially if Liverpool are going to get some more form, and don't get it twisted, they're capable of it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. They've had a rough patch, but they're a team that's more than capable of going on a good run. So that's all we fucking need right now as well, is for them to start getting a bit of form and make our job even more difficult. But
yeah, I mean, before we go, and we will guys get some comments in the comment box, and me and Alfred will answer them for the last few minutes. But Spurs is next. What are we fucked? That is the best way I'm going to say it. Or is it because it's Spurs we have some chance?
I think because it's Spurs, we will see a great performance. We'll turn up, and it'll be one of those performances where we say, "Where the fuck has this been all season?" Like the last 2 finals against Liverpool last season, which were very good, because that's just what we do. I don't know why, but we just seem to pick our games where we turn up in and put in these performances that we had no idea we were capable of. And that's what I think will happen against Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, Hashim thinks we are losing.
Look,
I can't see us getting a result. I can understand that certain players do turn up for Spurs, and will turn up for Spurs and then hibernate for the rest of the season. But I don't know. I just can't see us doing anything. And if we can't beat a bottom of the table Southampton, who have been dreadful all season, and the fact, by the way, we've lost both times in the season is ridiculous. Then we've got nothing. Before we bring in our guest backstage, we have one question from Codem, which it's addressed to me, but I'll give Alfred his opinion as well on it. Your thoughts on Zidane, Alfred?
Well, I haven't really seen him do anything that I don't think anybody actually has seen him do anything at any club that hasn't had a shitload of money, and best players in the world. I mean, where was he before he was at Real Madrid?
He hasn't been anywhere else.
Oh, well, there you go. I could have gone to Real Madrid and done what he did there. Maybe not quite 3 Champions Leagues in a row, because I think for anybody, that's still impressive, regardless of how good the team is. I think you can't turn your nose up at that. That's a fantastic achievement. But yeah, look, we haven't seen him do anything at any club that didn't have the best players in the world there. But it might be interesting. And having said that, at the moment, you'd take the chance, wouldn't you? Probably. So.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with Zidane, I mean, you're right in terms of the fact that he's been at a club that's just been rosy, and he had a very easy time at Real Madrid. I don't think there were many teams that were fantastic at the time to cope with Real Madrid at that point. So I think, while again 3 Champions Leagues, it's nothing to we can't knock it down, but there wasn't that much competition for it. And I always like a manager to actually be able to speak the language of the country, because I think that is always a bit of a problem. And he doesn't, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't know any English. And what worries me with Zidane is that why has he not gone anywhere. Why has he gone Real Madrid? He then didn't go anywhere, then went back to Real Madrid, and then's gone again. And then now is just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. But what's he waiting for? Why is he not bothering going into any sort of role? And that's what panics me, because I feel like he'll come in thinking he's the bee's knees because he's done well at Real Madrid. But if I don't trust him to pick us up from the shithole position and take us anywhere with it. I mean, we do need someone that has dealt with shite teams and picked them up from the ashes. I don't think Zidane can do that personally.
Coincidentally, we need somebody who doesn't mind going around giving people a headbutt or two.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. We will bring our special guest, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Nipin Sharma.
How are you doing, guys?
We're not
Hey.
talking Nipin, but it is what it is. Nipin, your thoughts. We've got 4 minutes before we end the stream. It's all yours.
You know, I actually thought Mason Mount would play well today because there's one team he usually shows up, which he didn't today. He always shows up against Southampton, and I know exactly why.
Why?
Look at where he's from. Look at the team he actually... Forget proper Chelsea and all that. He supports Portsmouth. So he'd always want to play well against Southampton.
Yes, that is very true. Big up to Unlimited Dreamer before Nipin carries on for the £2 super chat. I hate this Chelsea team right now. Unlimited, all I'm going to say is, where's the Ice Bucket Challenge, mate? Where is it? We're waiting. At day 18, and I'm waiting. Day 19 tomorrow. I better have that super chat. I better have that Ice Bucket Challenge done now.
What's this?
So basically, Unlimited Dreamer lost a bet because Enzo signed, and now he has to do an Ice Bucket Challenge. But he's now bottled it after saying he'd do it for ages. It's day 18, and we're waiting, and they'll still nipping. But anyway, nipping. Simple as, I'm going to ask you, Potter in, Potter out, yes or no, why?
Potter in.
Potter in. Explain. I want you to explain, because you are the first person that's with chess at Potter in, apart from Serenaf has hinted that he is Potter in.
Look, I'm Potter in until he is sacked. Like right now, I'm Potter in. But I'm Potter in. You all want me out.
But Nippin, why are you Potter in?
Because look at when Arsenal first got Mikel Arteta.
Yes.
They went through a lot of pain as well. And now they're in, look, love them or hate them, they're in a title race.
Yeah, but did Arteta ever have a run like this with such quality in the team now as well?
He was 15th at one point. And he was only 10 points off the relegation zone, Alfred.
Yes, but Nippin, but he also didn't have 600 million spent on him.
That's what I'm saying.
Quality players, Saka. Heck, even before injury, Smith Rowe was pretty decent for them. Aubameyang, God forbid.
There is one thing that we're forgetting, gents. Right? The season's not over, and yes, I know it's not looking likely at all. But what if the man turns around and delivers a Champions League?
Oh, Alfred, I do not want to hear this right now.
Genuine question, because I have a saying in life, and that's never ever say never ever. So imagine he did.
Look, there's one thing we know for sure. No, if we sack Graham Potter, no matter who we get to replace him, whether it's Hansi Flick or Luis Enrique or whichever quality manager we replace him with,
Pep Guardiola.
look, they are going to start. Look, we're not getting anywhere. If be it with Luis Enrique or Hansi Flick, we're not getting anywhere if they start Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher week in, week out.
But that's what Potter's doing.
But I bet you any money if we get a fancy name like Luis Enrique and he starts Conor Gallagher and and Mason Mount week in, week out, they'd give him a free pass because his name's Luis Enrique.
Depends on the person.
And not Lewis Hendrick, whatever.
Nice.
Okay,
one.
Nippin.
They just start Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher.
Nippin, I think you are done. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Ouch.
But Nippin, that was really something. That was really something. We are.
Don't you think I have a point with this? Any manager would start. I almost said start Graham Potter. Any manager would start Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher. I'm telling you now.
All I'm going to say is.
And all I'm going to say is.
The question: Why was you an hour late for the stream?
I was. I'll just say it in the private chat.
Was you at home?
To be fair, Nippon, you were.
He was out. He was out. Where was you, Nippon?
I was on Auto Trader.
Was you at the Auto Trader outside the Emirates after the Villa game?
No, I wasn't. Listen, I was car hunting, which meant I couldn't. Which meant I couldn't focus on anything else other than Auto Trader. Now, would you rather like me like this, or like, Graham Potter in, Graham Potter out?
Yes.
Well, you might have spoke a bit more sense than what you did in the last 5 minutes, but there you go. We are at the end of the stream. There are 55 people currently watching, and we only have 53 likes. So that is not good enough, guys. That is as bad as Chelsea at the moment. So get us to 100 likes. I know most of you have not liked the stream. So like the stream now. And another reminder, we will show it again for the last couple of minutes. Once this screen actually shares, we have our new WorldWideChels website with WorldWideChels merchandise. You get your Reece James socks, your Reece James shirts, Thiago Silva, the best player at Chelsea Football Club. You can get hoodies as well, which are fantastic quality. Again, socks. We have a Potter in t-shirt, especially for Nippin. I think Nippin's going to be the only person buying this right now, but there you go. Or if you want to get your rival fans buying these, rival fans, more than welcome to buy these shirts just to support us. Do it. You've got the Mudryk jumpers, the Mudryk t-shirts, fantastic t-shirts. These are the ones I'm definitely going to get and order. You've got hats as well. I think you'd like this, Nippin. We hate Tottenham, WorldWideChels, Team Bowley, King's Ransom, Enzo, and there is more coming out. There is more designs in the workplace, in the works.
We need one saying we hate Arsenal, just so that I can buy it and wear it and prove to everyone that I don't like Arsenal.
Yeah,
No,
well, you'll probably be wearing it at the Emirates Stadium right after a Chelsea game just finished.
There is currently no Mount merch in the store. I think as long as Carlito is controlling the merch store, I don't think you're going to see any Mount merch anytime soon. Nippin, is that true?
No. I was searching for cars on Auto Trader.
Well, Nippin, can you do this next week? Because we need to sell the stock of Potter in shirts now. So can you just hand them out for free next time?
Hand them out for free. What?
Just get a fiver for him. Just get some sort of money back for him.
Potter in, only a fiver.
Only a pound. Only a pound.
Only a pound, hurry up.
Yeah, go on. I can imagine you, proper EastEnder, market trader.
I am, well, by birth, I am an EastEnder.
Yes, but you
Well,
haven't. You
you
don't have the passion for it, Nippin. You don't have the passion for it.
But but Dom chooses who trades. Doesn't he run all the fanzine stuff?
Huh? Oh, we don't care about fanzine. Just say only a pound. Give out the shirt and
Only
no
a
more.
pound, hurry up.
Just give out the shirt. No answer done. Just tell them they can use it for toilet roll.
If we are
Good
in the
toilet
same
roll.
position at this time next year, you bet I am definitely going to be Potter out.
We'll see. We'll see, Nippin. We'll see. Hashim, I don't like to be celebrating any sort of injury. Asby is not a good player and shouldn't be in the team, but I'm not going to celebrate the fact that he's injured. Simple as that. I think it's the injury he had is terrible, and I don't think any player deserves to have that injury at all.
I'm not celebrating that injury. I mean, he's been a horrible player for us, but no matter how bad of a player you are, I'm never going to celebrate an injury.
No, I don't think that was the message he was trying to send. He probably meant from a point of view of tactics and him not being in the team. I highly doubt that he's celebrating the injury.
Should or shouldn't it have been a red card? It was. I don't think it was intentional, so I don't think you can give it a red. I think a yellow is more than justified, but I don't think you'll give it a red. But we will end it there. So Nippin, thank you for coming on, even if it was for 5 minutes to spew absolute garbage. But it was a pleasure for you to come on, and make sure you buy a lot of that merch, Nippin.
I will.
And Alfred, of course, thank you for coming on for the whole stream.
Always, even if it is fucking depressing because our team, hardly gives us anything good to talk about anymore these days. But hopefully, with some miracle, it will change soon.
Nippin, that's just for you. Potter out. But we will be back for the Spurs game. We may have a preview, but it may be an early preview earlier in the week because I am away next weekend. Sadiq is still out abroad, so we don't have anyone to do the stream Friday, Saturday night, or Sunday for the game. Potentially, we might have a late review in the evening. But if we do a preview, it'll probably be Thursday night, so stay tuned for that. If not, we will try and get some sort of content out for you. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. This is Matt, Alfred Nippin, signing out. Potter in, Potter out. I don't have a fucking clue. Up the Chels.